Hi, and welcome back to the plantation. I am your host, Cephus Choice, and we are here to conclude the open your mind, freeing your mind. This is gonna conclude that segment of the show. We spent two other segments, two other shows on this topic about opening up your mind because it is so paramount for us to think with clarity and to know that the information that we have ascertained is indeed factual. So, before we get to the show, let me get to some viewers' comments. This comment is coming from off of YouTube, from my site where my video is at. This comes from Hip Hop Dame 08, and she was talking about she was relating with me as far as this brainwashing that's going on. You know, a lot of the information that we ascertain in our lifetimes sometimes is fabricated and has a lot of exaggerations. And I'm being nice because a lot of it is just plain bullshit and lies that has been sent to you. We also get a lot of information filed in our brains, in our computers, if you will, through subliminal messages. And subliminal messages are those sneaky little things that they do in order to make an impact on your mind. And you have to watch out for those. For example, if you will, I brought along my little friend, Mr. Teddy. And we're gonna make an example here of subliminal messages. When my daughter was young, I never allowed my daughter to play with baby dolls. When I say baby dolls, I mean those dolls you feed, you nurture, you change them. No, my daughter was only allowed to have stuffed animals and or image dolls like a Barbie or a Brat doll, if you will. She could never have a baby doll because this is at a young age putting the impression of procreation in her head. You understand? So you have these 1-year-olds and these 2-year-olds, 3-year-old little girls running around with these baby carriages and changing their babies and feeding their babies, and it is indeed a subliminal message being placed in their head about procreation at an early age. Have to be very aware about what is going on around you and the information, like I said, that you are ascertaining. So we learned from the first show and the second show that a lot of the information that's out there is corrupt to begin with. You know, Santa Claus, Christopher Columbus. Even I found out that George Washington wasn't our first president. Go do your math. Go and research the information that you are trying to achieve and go and investigate how factual this information is. Do not, and I repeat, do not just take somebody's interpretation of what they read or what they heard. Because a lot of times when you're watching television and you're listening to the radio and you're calculating this information, it's coming to you secondhand and fabricated and exaggerated. This is where we get into false information. David Icke says that knowledge is power. And we'll watch this.
This is the structure that has allowed this control by the few of the many to go on throughout this period I'm talking about. Because if you're going to hold people in that eggshell of perception and thought and possibility, you have to keep from them vast amounts of information that would set them free. set them free to understand that the world is being controlled in the first place, and also set them free from their own sense of limitation. So throughout this period of time, the same structure can be seen, and it can be symbolized, as you see here, by a pyramid. You've got a tiny, tiny few people at the top of the pyramid who hoard the really advanced knowledge, the knowledge that would set us free if we had access to it. And the rest of the pyramid is fiercely compartmentalized. So the further you come down into the mass of the people, the less that knowledge is in circulation, until you reach the point where it's hardly in circulation at all. And this structure of knowledge in the hands of the few and the masses kept in ignorance is one that goes on again and again and again. And without it, frankly, this manipulation simply couldn't happen, and the world would not be as it currently is and has been for thousands of years.
So another example of subliminal messages would be subliminal advertising. Have you ever watched a movie and you saw a Coke or a Pepsi can just in the right strategic place? Or have you seen somebody light up a cigarette in a movie? Come on, talk to me, people. You understand what I'm saying? A subliminal message can go a long way. Can go a very long way, and you have a lot of people from the tobacco companies, a lot of people from the food industry that are using these ways of warfare to get into your mind and corrupt your mind through subliminal messages. So y'all watch out for these subliminal messages that are coming via to you from the powers that be. You understand? Right. So if knowledge is power, and a lot of the knowledge that you have filed into your brain thus far is not factual, then just how intelligent are you? At last, I say it's time for a renovation of the mind. I say we go in and we de-virus our brains and then set up an antivirus so it won't happen again. We have to go in and fix our minds and fix the bullcrap that has been handed down to us. And I thank Hip Hop Dame 08 again for enlightening me as to the conversation, like you said, you were having with your peeps, because I have this conversation with my peeps all the time. You know, a lot of the information that we have is not even real. It's not even real. So we have to investigate our information. We have to go and research our information, and just don't take what we hear and see on TV and on the radio and read in these magazines as true. This goes with politics, with religion, with relationships, so on and so forth. Let's see, second part of the show, I want to give some big ups to a couple of celebrities. The first one is Common. Common has a urban youth program that he has founded. It's called the Common Ground Foundation. And you can contact Common at this foundation at the commongroundfoundation.org. Okay, I do believe that Jody Bloom is the executive director there. So you know, y'all get with Common at his charity, and you got some extra cheese, some extra money. You know, send that way and try and help somebody out. Volunteer. You know, take some good energy over there, because he's doing big things and good things over there with the children at Common Ground Foundation. Okay, the other person I want to give big ups to is Mr. Brad Pitt. Mr. Pitt is absolutely spending his own money and helping out in a big way in New Orleans and helping to restore New Orleans. And we want to give him kudos. We want to give him big ups to what he's doing down there. You know, I love Haiti. I love Africa. I love everybody in the world, because you are a part of me. But I think it's most paramount that we have to take care of home first. You know, why are we making this difficult? Don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult, people. It's common sense. Let's take care of us first, and then we can stretch out and help the world. But we first have to help ourselves. Listen, y'all. I'm Cephus Choice. I'm your host, and I thank you so much for tuning into the plantation. I'm going to leave y'all with my girl. This is Erica Badu doing On and On, a live performance. She has been with me in my journey since my quest for truth. She has been right there at the forefront. You know, I talk about those tools that we need in order to help you. You know, I don't necessarily listen to booty music or house music anymore. I want something. I like to listen to music to enrich my mind and enhance my mind and my way of thinking. So Erica Badu has been there at the forefront with me. The first album, Baduism, and also that second album, Mama's Gun, most powerful. But this is Erica doing a live performance. Is going to take us out. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back again with number 4. The show 4, and thank you for coming back and concluding this segment about freeing your mind, people. All right, y'all be good to each other, and I thank you again. Peace.
Everybody wanna ask his earth.